The way to suffer well and be happy is to stay in touch with what is actually going on. In doing so, you will gain liberating insights into the true nature of suffering and of joy. Our thinking, perceiving, and worrying take away all the space inside us and keep us from being in touch with what is happening moment to moment.
64,000 is the median number of words per book. Average person reads about 200 words per minute. Simple math will tell us that is one book in 320 minutes. To accomplish this in 7 days, numbers say you would have to read for 45 minutes a day. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification button, like, comment, and share. Enjoy.
Welcome to the Book of the Week series. Every week as I read another amazing title, I share it with the world. My name is Igor S.F. Walker. Today, we look at No Mud, No Lotus, the art of transforming suffering by Thich Nhat Hanh. So how about you slow down and relax? Reduce all that noise for just a bit. Make that choice and decide to listen. In this video, we are reminded that the secret to happiness is to acknowledge and transform suffering, not to run away from it. We are reminded that because suffering can feel so bad, we try to run away from it or cover it up by consuming. Stick around till the end. I will share with you some tools I do have and use that will help you tremendously in this game of life. Discover a way to find out what actually motivates you. What innate human need is driving all of your decisions and your behavior. I will share some tools to improve your self-awareness, social awareness, self-management, and relationship management. If you can recognize and accept your pain without running away from it, you will discover that although pain is there, joy can also be there at the same time. Everything is impermanent, even war. It will end someday. Knowing that, we could and can continue to work for peace. And indeed, the war does end. Now, the former mortal enemies are busily trading and touring back and forth. And people throughout the world enjoy practicing traditions, teachings on mindfulness and on peace. The Buddha's 4 noble truths are: there is suffering. There is, of course, of action that generates suffering. Suffering ceases, i.e., there's happiness. And 4, there is a course of action leading to the cessation of suffering or the arising of happiness. We are told that we should release the tension in our body, and many of us have tried very hard. We want to release the tension in our body, but we cannot release it. Our attempts at reducing tension in us will not work unless we first acknowledge that there is there. The more we learn about the art of suffering, the less suffering there will be in the world. Mindfulness is the best way to be with our suffering without being overwhelmed by it. Mindfulness is the capacity to dwell in the present moment, to know what is happening in the here and now. Love needs to be nurtured to survive, and our suffering also survives because we enable it, we feed it, we ruminate on suffering, regret, and sorrow. We chew on them, swallow them, and then do it all over again. And when the suffering arises, the first thing to do is to stop, follow our breathing, and acknowledge it. Do not try to deny uncomfortable emotions or push them down. Just simply breathe and acknowledge. To take one mindful breath requires the presence of our mind, our body, and our intention. With our conscious breath, we reunite our body and our mind, and we arrive in the present moment. Just breathing in mindfully already brings us a surprising amount of freedom. When we do notice anger or anxiety coming up, we can recognize these feelings of suffering. Suffering is one energy. Mindfulness is another energy that we can call upon to come and embrace the suffering. Embracing our suffering may be the opposite of what we want to do, especially if our suffering is very large, as with depression. Depression is one of the most widespread forms of suffering in our time. It can take away our peace, our joy, our stability, and even our ability to eat, move about, or do simple tasks. It can seem insurmountable, and we may think that the only thing we can do is run away from it or give in to it. But non-judgmentally recognizing it and embracing this great suffering is not at all the same thing as giving in to it. Many of us slog through life without conscious awareness or any intention. We set ourselves a course and we barrel ahead without stopping to ask whether this path is fulfilling our most important goals. And that's partly because many of us believe that happiness is not possible in the here and now. We continue to struggle now so that we will be happy in the future. So we postpone happiness and try to run into the future and then attain the conditions of happiness that we do not have now. With mindfulness, the feeling that has been painful and difficult transforms into something beautiful, the wondrous healing balm of understanding and compassion. The most effective way to show compassion to another is to listen rather than talk. You have an opportunity to practice deep, compassionate listening. If you can listen to the other person with compassion, your listening is like a salve for their wounds. And in the practice of compassionate listening, you listen with only one purpose, which is to give the other person a chance to speak out and to suffer less. There is a Buddhist teaching found in Salata Sutta, known as the arrow. It says, if an arrow hits you, you will feel pain in that part of your body where the arrow did hit. But then, if a second arrow comes and strikes exactly at the same spot, the pain will not only double, it will become at least 10 times more intense. Part of the art of suffering well is learning not to magnify our pain by getting carried away in fear and in anger and in despair. We build and maintain our energy reserves to handle the big sufferings and the little sufferings we can let go. Every life has its trials and tribulations. We can navigate them more skillfully when we do not waste time and energy shooting ourselves with a second arrow, such as dwelling on how much greener the grass in our neighbors' yards looks as compared to ours. Happiness is impermanent, just like everything else. And in order for happiness to be extended and renewed, we have to learn how to feed our happiness. You have to learn how to feed it. Nothing can survive without food, including happiness. Your happiness can die if you do not know how to nourish it. We can condition our bodies and our minds to happiness with the 5 practices of letting go, inviting positive seeds, mindfulness, concentration, and insight. You may suffer just because of your idea, and you continue to suffer until one day you're capable of releasing the idea, and right away you feel happy. We each have many kinds of seeds lying deep in our consciousness. Those we water are the ones that sprout, come up into our awareness, and then manifest outwardly. So in our own consciousness, there is hell, and there is also paradise. We can practice appropriate attention, watering the wholesome qualities in us. The practice of mindfulness means to be aware of everything you do in your daily life, to live more deeply every moment that is given you to live, so you will not waste your time and waste your life. When we see something beautiful in the other person, we tend to ignore the things that aren't so beautiful. As human beings do have both positive and negative qualities. So when your beloved one congratulates you, telling you that you are the very image of perfection, you can say, "Oh, darling, that is only partly true. You know that I have the other things in me too." You retain your humility. You're not a victim of self-delusion, because you know that you are not perfect. When the other person criticizes you or says you have nothing to offer, or that you are worthless, you can say the same thing. "Darling, you're only but partly right, because I do have good things in me too." And there you have it. No mud, no lotus. The art of transforming suffering. Now please do help out. It is easy. Simply like this video. Like it, so more people can enjoy it. Share it. Share it too and spread the word. Leave a comment and share your thoughts. Start a conversation. Subscribe to my channel. Stay up to date. You know how to do this. And the link to this book is in the description below. So buy it. Read, never stop learning, especially learning about yourself and nature. So gift yourself by taking the free human needs test on my website and find out what actually motivates you. What innate human need is driving all of your decisions and your behavior. And if you feel you are ready to improve your self-awareness, social awareness, self-management, and relationship management even further, do check out my Master of Life Awareness program. The links are in the description below. Thank you. Love and respect.